All right, what's up, everyone? Want to jump on here and get in this episode? We're back in the office and going to talk today. I'm going to kind of go on a little rant of some things I've seen lately on some social media. They claim to be coaches, and even just like the health and marketing. I've even heard ads on radios for like drugs and stuff like that for weight loss, and I'll talk about that. Then I'm going to answer a few questions I had on Instagram. I answered them over on my Instagram story, but thought I'd throw them in here too as well, just to reach some other people. So, and then you can view them over and over again, because on stories they're not always saved there. So, but the first thing that I've been seeing a lot lately is these quote unquote health and wellness coaches promoting weight loss without exercise, and how I think that is just a absolutely terrible message to send to people. And then I've even heard it on like these or weight loss commercials on the radio as one, or even like the Ozempics or whatever those drugs are, where they promote it too. And that's just, I think it's just an absolutely terrible message to send to people. Oh, you can lose weight without exercise, especially in our society today when majority of people are overweight, obese, out of shape, lazy. Live a sedentary lifestyle. They sit at work. They sit at home. They don't do a damn thing as far as exercise. And everyone should be exercising. That is my thought, in some form or shape or what way of another. You should be exercising, and weight loss. And that's one thing too, is weight loss is not necessarily what you want to do anyway. Fat loss is a different thing. Weight loss could mean you're losing muscle mass, you're losing bone density, you're just losing water, or you're peeing and pooping. That's weight loss. Honestly, weight loss, yeah, you don't have to exercise. For a lot of people, actually, it is probably exercise to get up off their couch and go take a dump. So it's fat loss is what we want if you're overweight, and even if you're not necessarily overweight, like I'm right now trying to lose a little bit of body fat. So you need exercise to burn fat. It's going to help burn fat and maintain that muscle, increase bone mass, bone density, and everything else, all the other stuff in there. So because we don't want to lose muscle, you don't want to lose unless you're extremely just muscle bound, roided out or whatever, and just look like one of those gross looking bodybuilders, and you want to lose some muscle mass, then yeah, sure, whatever. But majority of people is trying to stay lean, look a little jacked, be healthy. You want muscle, and muscle is going to help you burn fat. So promoting losing weight without exercise is just the wrong way to go about it, I believe, in my opinion. And I posted about this on X, on Twitter X, whatever you want to call it these days. And someone replied back, well, not everyone is able to exercise or something like that. Everyone, I mean, in some form or another, everyone should be, unless you can't literally, you have some condition or physically is not able to move arms or legs or anything, then yeah, that's a certain situation. But for majority of people, you can exercise. I don't care if you're overly obese. Yeah, you don't need to go in and start strength training or sprinting or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you need to exercise. Get up, walk, move a little bit, move your body. Movement is exercise. Movement is medicine. And to promote not moving or not exercising, you're not a real fitness or health and wellness professional if you're doing that, in my opinion. And I think a lot of good health wellness people out there would agree. It's like the people who aren't setting an example themselves but they promote health and wellness, but they're not an example of health themselves. They're overweight, they're out of shape. They tell you, but they don't. What is that? What am I trying to? They do as they say, not what they do. they're not being a good example of. They're not living the life. They're not doing practicing what they preach. That's what I was trying to say. Couldn't think of it. They're not practicing what they preach. And then there's people who promote lose weight without exercise. That's not a good life, not a good message. But again, it's not saying when I'm saying exercise, it's not necessarily meaning if you haven't exercised in forever, doesn't mean you have to go strength train right away or start sprinting or jumping or doing all this athletic stuff that you should be doing. Eventually, you work your way in, you meet yourself where you're at. Be realistic with where you're at, but set unrealistic goals. Set unrealistic standards of what you want to get to, what you want to do. It's that whole shoot for the stars and if you miss, you land on the moon type of thing. I'm not huge on these cliches and stuff, but it's that whole attitude, that whole mentality that you have huge, grand, big dreams. Like I have big dreams for my business, big dreams for my personal health, my personal well-being. But I'm realistic with where I'm at. Or if you're just you haven't sprinted in 10 years and you want to get back into sprinting, let's be realistic. We're probably not going to start out sprinting 100 meters. Maybe we'll sprint 5 or just work on some building up and getting used to it again, some bikes or sleds or hills, and just kind of ingraining and building up to where you want to be, because obviously you're doing it because you're not where you want to be right now, and living that journey and not just focusing on that end point. But the idea that weight loss, yeah, of course you can lose weight loss without exercise, but it's a terrible message in a society where sedentary, inactive lifestyle is the norm. That's not what we should be promoting, and that's my whole problem with that. If you're a health and fitness coach or nutrition coach, whatever you are, no, that's bad. That's just dumb, honestly. Help people. Promote exercise. They should be exercising. They should be living their best. They should be eating well. They should be sleeping. And yes, nutrition and sleep, stress management are probably more important than exercise for weight loss or fat loss, which is better than weight loss. But it's not saying you shouldn't exercise. You should be promoting exercise. It's going to help you. Yeah, it will help you lose weight. It's going to help you feel better. It's going to help you get stronger, move better, and just be able to do the things you love in life. What good is losing all this weight without exercise, but then you lose all the weight? You're just a skinnier version of yourself who can't move, can't lift anything up, can't play with the kids, can't do the things in life you love. You're just a skinnier version of that. That's not going to drive happiness, because you're not be able to do the things you love because you're still sore, you're still banged up, you still don't have any energy, you have no strength to do anything because you don't exercise. So yeah, that's my whole little rant on that. So we'll end that there. That'll be that part of the. And now I'm going to go over a couple. I had 3 questions that I wanted to go over here. So some of them were like more like personal, but I'll kind of expand upon them. The first one was, is there any reason why you train early in the morning? And the simple reason is that's what best works for my schedule right now. Ideally, my favorite time to train is probably like 7, 8 in the morning. But right now, because I substitute teach and I don't always know for sure if I'm going to do that or not. So I want to get it that 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning is the perfect time for me to train right now. Because that's what fits my schedule. Honestly, there's no great benefit. I mean, I like it too. I've always liked morning workouts too. More of a morning person now, especially. I guess I always have been training morning, because it's that thought of getting that first thing or that hardest thing you're going to do done first. And that's a great way to go. Build off that. Do something hard right away, and you're going to build off that for the rest of the day. Plus, I feel more energized. I feel more awake. I feel like that sense of accomplishment, even if it is a crappy workout. I did it. That's done. Now I can go on with the rest of my day. So honestly, but yeah, it's more so the schedule right now. And even then, because yeah, if I'm subbing, that's whatever 8-9 hours at the school, and then come home and got clients after that. So and I don't like training at night because like I said, it wakes me up. It gives me more energy, and then I can't fall asleep as well. It's like in the summers when I have baseball games, I can't sleep right away after them because I'm so amped up and wired, which is why I hate night baseball games. But I wish we'd move all our games to daytime, honestly. But that's just me. That's personal, and it's all personal. The best time for you to train is when you can train, when it fits your schedule. If you have to make it nights, find a way to make it work. If you have to make it early mornings, do it. If midday, at lunch, whatever. If you have to break it up during the day, do it. Find what works for you. Just get that training in. It's so important to our physical health, our mental health, our just overall well-being. It's going to make you move forward and feel like you accomplished something. But again, yeah, there's no magic in early morning workouts like these coaches will tell you. Yeah, you have to get up early. That 6 a.m. workout, that's mental toughness. No, it's especially for the kids in high school and middle school or whatever, college. These kids aren't going to bed. I go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. So I get plenty of sleep. So I can get up early in the morning and train. I prioritize sleep. Something I didn't used to do. I used to stay out till 3 a.m., bar closed, eating burritos and drinking hams, and still get up at 6 and go to the gym. I don't know how I did it. It ruined my health. It ruined my testosterone, and we don't do that anymore. Now we go to bed early so we can get up early. But most of these kids in college and high school, their coaches are thinking these early morning times are great because they're building mental toughness and showing who's committed and all that stuff, when really they don't realize that these kids aren't sleeping. They're not going to bed till 10, 11, 12, 1 because they got homework, they got other things. They're kids. And if your kid is doing that, more power to you. You're way ahead of the game than most kids out there, most athletes out there. And keep doing that. Keep building on it. Those habits are going to stick with you, hopefully, for the rest of your life. And if you are a kid that wants to start building these habits, reach out. I love working with kids. It's my favorite population to do so because, like I say, we can help them start building these habits now that take with them for the rest of their life. Whether that's in person with my hybrid coaching or online. You could be anywhere in the world. So if you're watching this over in, I don't know, California, hit me up. Trevor@tagpn.com. But again, there's no magic, no method. Again, it's just what works best for me, gives me energy, fuels me, and get it done early in the morning, get it done in the day. But again, I go to bed early too, so I prioritize my sleep. I prioritize nutrition, and I'm not just going in dragging, not eating anything for hours and hours and hours before training, that type of stuff. So it's all these other things that need to prioritize, but there's no magic time to train. It's what works best for you. Just find it, fit it in, make it work. And of course, you can always adjust too. Things happen, life happens. There's no magic to it. It's just the magic that you're doing in the gym, that training, which hopefully you're doing a good training program. If not, again, hit me up. So that's that. The second one, the best way to recover. And again, this kind of can play into that one, but recovery, best ways to recover, I think I've covered them before, but sleep, number 1. 2, nutrition, manage your stress, have a training program that allows recovery, that's not just doing a bunch of crap just to do it, just to be that hardest worker, because that's not going to get you anywhere. You got to train smart, got to work well, and that program, it's not just day, and just train, balls to the wall every day. It's built in having rest periods and different loads and knowing your body, and a training program that fits your life, where you're at that point in life too, and allows rest and allows you to recover in between sets and sessions and stuff like that. So all that, you can have all that, the magic massage guns and ice baths and Normatec boots and foam rollers and massages, and all that stuff ain't going to matter if you don't sleep, you don't eat well, and your training sucks. And the most of you probably aren't training hard enough to recover anyway. If you're training 3 times a week, 30 minutes a day, and it's just some light lifting or going on a treadmill, what are you recovering from? Honestly, you're not working hard enough. You're not training hard enough to do anything to recover from. So most of you don't need to worry about recovering until you have a training program that you're actually training hard. You're doing a lot of work. You're pushing weight. You're sprinting. You're throwing. You're jumping, doing these athletic things that you actually need to recover from. And a lot of time, recovery can just, and it's movement. Movement is recovery. So going for walks. There's definitely times to relax and just get away. There's nothing wrong with that. You need that. Your body needs that. Mind needs that to reset. But movement is medicine. Keep moving. Move every day. That's a great way to recover too, is just move, walk, light mobility, whatever it is. Little pump work, whatever it is. Find what works for you. Listen to your body, learn your body, become a master of your body, because no one else knows your body better than you. So yeah, that's my little bit of thoughts on recovery. And that goes into the next question, which was thoughts on ice baths or cold plunges. It's one of the newer trends, I guess. I mean, people have been doing it forever. And again, it goes for most of the people that are doing them don't need to do them because you're not training hard enough to use an ice bath, or it's not going to do anything for you. It's not building mental toughness. It's a dopamine hit, so it's getting you, oh yeah, I love that, yeah, right away, making you feel good or feel like you're accomplishing something. But most people aren't training hard enough to need it. Yeah, you see the NFL guys or whatever, they're banged up, beat up, just collisions and playing a high impact, dangerous sport. Yeah, that might work for them. And I'm not saying it can't help with recovery, but it's just honestly, especially if you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars on a tub or something stupid like that. And all these influencers are telling you, oh, this is perfect for your morning routine and stuff like that. They're just getting paid by these companies it's like all the athletes who get paid by crappy food companies or pop companies. They probably don't even use the products. But there's no magic with an ice bath or a cold plunge. It's a fad. If you like it, you like it. You do it, great, whatever. But stop. You can't push it. It's not magic. It's not building mental toughness. It's a dopamine hit, as I said. So you take it for what it is. If you like it, if it works for you, great, no problem with that. But it's not magic. I've done them before. Honestly, the best thing I've used them for is like in the summers when it's just hot and sweaty after like a baseball game. Mine are more cool. I've done both, but just cooling my body temperature down is what I've got. And I found it helps me sleep a little bit because I run hot a lot of times, and I like to be cool when I sleep. And those help, whether it's just a quick cold shower, just get that core temperature down and just kind of helps me feel better for sleeping. But in no means am I building mental toughness or anything like that because I took a cold shower. That's just dumb. So, but yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. Honestly, I think it's especially if you're buying those. I've seen them like $5,000 get a bathtub or whatever. Or if you want to buy one of those, just go buy a giant garbage can and fill it up with ice. Save yourself some money, or invest that better and get a coach or invest it in something better for your health. That's actually gonna home gym or something like that. But that's just me. That's my take. I'm not a big fan of all these fatty stuff. Whether it's a diet, whether it's a new piece of equipment. I've used to fall for all that crap, but I've grown. I've aged. I've learned from mistakes and buying stupid stuff, that stuff is not anything special. So there's my thoughts on that, guys. Other than that, if you have any questions, anything else, reach out. I'd love to help you out, love to work with you. Trevor@tagpn.com, or just visit tagpn.com, check everything out. Again, thanks for watching, and we will talk to you again soon.